Hey! Oh, that was probably a horrible sound. Hey, it's Matt, your coach of the New England Roggenrola, and welcome to week 1 of Ubers. Now, elephant in the room, I know this part of the graphics looks a little weird. I haven't decided where I want to put my face yet. I might keep it. Other elephant in the room. Listen, if I don't point it out, you probably won't notice. I noticed and it's driving me nuts. The blue square is not straight. It is like at an angle. I didn't notice. It was too late to fix it. I'm sorry. Fix it for next week. Forgive me. But anyway, let's talk about our week 1 matchup, guys. I am so excited. We are playing Coach Rein in the Moco-Ho-oh. I know we've played Rein at least once, I think maybe twice before. I do not remember the results of them. But Rein has drafted a very, very scary team, and a team that I think is cool. We get to play against week 1. So if you see, you probably see it's GIRATINA against GIRATINA. The two GIRATINA forms that were drafted. There's only 2 forms, you know what I mean? We are playing each other first. However, it is worth it to note that GIRATINA was actually drafted 4th for Rein. So let's run through what Rein. I don't know what it's supposed to be. By the way, any links in the will be in the description, along with a link to the VDL if you're interested in joining for a future season. We always look at new applicants. Guys need a haircut. So anyway, let's talk about it. Rein's first overall pick was Solgaleo, actually, which was one of the Ubers that was just below the gold Uber point tier. So if you didn't see the team build, that will also be in the description. Please go check it out, along with hopefully a power rankings that I did. But Solgaleo was one of the Ubers that you could get multiple of. Everyone could only get 1 gold Uber. Solgaleo was just below that. And there's a reason for that. It's not as good compared to the other Ubers, but it is still a fantastic mon. It is a Psychic and Steel type, which is pretty good offensively. Not great defensively, but it does have some merit with 137 HP. Really solid defenses, but really what it's here for is 137 attack and 113 special attack we cannot sleep on. This thing can hit very, very hard. It has a lot of coverage. It does have a 97 base speed tier, which crazy to be calling that slow. But it isn't as fast as some other crazy fast mons. However, we don't have a super fast team this draft, so it has a decent speed tier. And that paired with Zamazenta is able to deal with a ton. Zamazenta being able to deal with, for the most part, the dark types and that Solgaleo really struggles with, is just a great pairing. Now, Zamazenta obviously is known for his physical defense, does still have a good physical attack stat and good defense and special defense across the board, but it has 138 speed tier. We are not outspeeding that no matter what. It is a very fast, physically offensive mon. It doesn't have great coverage, so we do have some decent ways to deal with it, but it can hit very, very hard, take a lot of hits, and it's just really fast. Especially with, what's good to mention about Solgaleo is its ability makes it so it cannot have its stats be lowered. And we do have an Arachnid that likes to set sticky webs, so its speed cannot be lowered by that. We talked about Zamazenta. It gets Dauntless Shield, so the first turn something will get a +1 defense boost, which is pretty strong. It was worth it to note those first 2 Pokemon, our Volcarona kind of like sits on. Doesn't mean I'm bringing Volcarona, you'll see. You'll see if I will or not. But that is why I believe their third pick, Quaquaval, was picked. I do not think Quaquaval is a great mon in Ubers, but it has a merit here. It is a very good rapid spinner. It is a water type. It does double up on the fighting types already, so psychic types get a little bit hard to deal with, and our Solgaleo can deal with it, obviously. But we do have a Terra Espathra, so Quaquaval, it feels like a slightly odd pick for pick 3 to me, but it's still a very good mon. Has a really good physical attack stat, can Aqua Step it and get its speed up, can Sword Sense, knock off close combat, right, rapid spin. Sorry, my keys are in my pocket. Oh my god, guys. Good Heath bar. Oh, so good. We'll skip Quaquaval. We'll talk about GIRATINA, right? This is the Uber, the Mega Uber that Rein drafted. GIRATINA is very similar to mine. They do very similar things. Instead of having 120 in both attacks like GIRATINA Origin does, Rein's GIRATINA has 120 in both defenses with 100 in both of its attack. But it's the same speed tier at 90, same HP at 150. Just has a much worse ability. Has pressure, not levitate. So obviously pressure is annoying for like healing. I don't even think that's how it works. I think I have to attack. So if it's like a low PP attacking move, obviously that gets frustrating, but Giratina's ability is not as good as the Origin form, but that is like costs us points. So I am very much expecting Giratina to come with like a Shadow Sneak type vibe, even though I'm not super weak to Shadow Sneak. Just having access to that ability is crazy. And what's crazy is Rein's next mon, their Terra Captain Tornadus Therian. Now, I do believe Rein did not initially draft Torn-T and ended up picking up Engrace, and the fact that Terra Torn-T was dropped is nuts. But Tornadus Therian is absolutely terrifying as a Terra Captain. It is 121 base speed, so it is faster than everything on my team, plus is not affected by sticky webs because it's a flying type, which is so scary. It's absurd. After Tornadus Therian, they got Ursuluna Bloodmoon, which is just a massive, bulky special attacker. It's a normal and ground type, but it can hit, like obviously Giratina is immune to the ground type moves, so is Skarmory. But the normal type moves can hit Giratina, because it's not Scrappy, it's Mind's Eye. Has 135 base special attack with 120 defense, by the way, is very good. You typically see this like Assault Vest or Throat Spray. You also see this in a lot of Trick Room teams, which I think is something important to note here. Solgaleo, on the Uber's ladder at least, does run Trick Room a lot. It runs Trick Room Morning Sun, and then 2 attacks, Photon Geyser, and Sunsteel Strike, I believe is what it is. I use Solgaleo on the ladder a lot. I really enjoy it. Guys, am I losing my... Do I have a crazy receding hairline? I don't think so. But yeah, Ursuluna Bloodmoon with Solgaleo in Trick Room gets really scary, especially when you see... we'll just skip there. You see Rampardos down there as well. I have a pretty big... part of why Tornadus is terrifying is I have a big flying weakness. But I also have a decent enough rock weakness, with my only real resistances being Hippowdon and Urshifu. So Rampardos does get pretty scary. They also have an Overquill, which I'm very much expecting to come this week. I do not have a lot of great ways to deal with Toxic Spikes. I do have an Arbok, obviously, but Arbok does not do great. Arbok does actually look decent into this team, if I'm honest, but doesn't want to take the psychic moves from Solgaleo, doesn't want to take the ground type moves from Ursuluna, and that was enough for me. They do have Alchemy. I do not expect Alchemy to come this week, but if they want something to try and deal with the Urshifu, I can very much see it coming. I don't think it will. I think that's taking up a spot from a better Mon this week, but it's like I'm not going to be upset if I see it, but I haven't prepped a ton for it. So if it comes, maybe it bites me in the butt there. We talked about Rampardos, and then Dugong, which I don't think Dugong comes because I don't have a super strong water type, like super offensively minded water type, but they do have it. So let's talk about what we bring and why we're bringing it. First things to note, this team is very, very fairy weak. Rein's only natural fairy resistance is the Solgaleo. Outside of that, there's nothing else, so it has to be Terra Tornadus, which I do expect. I do think that it will be a Terra Steel or Terra Poison Tornadus, and I could bet money on it coming either Terra Steel this week or Terra Flying, just to hit really hard with the flying type moves. But those are the only things that can actually check fairy type moves. So things like Clefable, Terra Fairy Spathra look really, really strong this week. They do have really good hazard removers. I do have a very good way to check Quackleval with Giratina, but their Giratina can just defog pretty comfortably. But they don't have great hazard setters. It's really only Overquill and Rampardos, so if we don't see those, we don't have to worry about hazard removal. Zamazenta and Tauren outspeed everything, like we said, but then Espathra and Volcarona outspeed everything else, and Espathra at +1 does outspeed everything. A good calc to note is that Urshifu and Solgaleo do speed tie, both at 97, which is important. They are also relatively ground weak besides Tornadus, which typically is going to be terraing out of its ground type moves. And then Webs look super good this week, except Solgaleo kind of sits on it. So I am expecting Solgaleo because it kind of beats Webs. Tornadus I think will be Terra Steel. Could be Fairy, could be Dragon, like to resist some of the... I don't think it's going to be Dragon. To resist some of the Water Fire, like Volcarona I think is very scary for him. I think he's going to prep hard for Volca, and I'm not going to bring it. I do think Solgaleo Tornadus comes. I do think Overquill comes because it's kind of hard for me to beat it if I don't bring Hippowdon. And I think Giratina comes. Those are the 4 I'm pretty confident in. I guess I'm not 100% confident in Overquill, but I do think it comes. Other than that, I don't know if I should expect Ursuluna or not. It hurts super, super hard, but I do have a lot on my team that's able to deal with it. The more I thought about it, the more it's probably likely to come, but I wouldn't be surprised if I don't see it. I'm not expecting Alchemy or Dugong, maybe Rampardos if they want to run Trick Room, but I do doubt it. So I do think it will be Quaquaval and Zamazenta to fill those last two spots. If not, it'll be Zamazenta and Ursaluna. So enough yapping. By the way, these might be long team whirlers, but we're going to rock with it. Our first bring is Clef Moonchild, the Clefable. Bonus points to anyone if they are able to not just tell me the nickname theme, but why each mon is named what they are. I'll be very impressed and very happy if you can. But we're bringing a very, very offensive Clefable this week, which is not typically how I like to run Clefable. I like Wish, I like T-Wave, I like Knockoff. But because of how good Fairy type moves, I'm looking at this team alongside Fire Blast. I am choosing Fire Blast over Flamethrower because I just like the damage output a little bit more. If I miss, I miss, and that's on me. But what Fairy and Fire offensively look ridiculous into this team. The only real check to a Moonblast is this Solgaleo, which does not want to take a Fire Blast, of course. We do have 244 speed, which does put us at 217, which is 1 point faster than a like a bulky, not speed invested Giratina. It also puts us faster than the Quaquaval and the Overquill if they are not speed invested. I think one of them will. I don't think the other one would be. Which also means I'm outspeeding Giratina and below with Sticky Webs 100% of the time, even if they're running max speed. Naturally, we have enough HP, but we do this anyway. We will always live a Terrablast Steel from a modest Tornadus Therian. So if we do think that's coming, we can get a very good Fire Blast on it early. I don't want to use Clefable to soak up that damage, but if we need to, we can. And if we're able to deal with the Solgaleo, Calm Mind plus Moonlight is going to, I think, theoretically run this team. Obviously, a Heavy Slam from a Zamazenta we need to be careful of, but if we do get Webs up, I don't know if we're faster than Zama with... I mean, I can look, right? Hold on. And -1 Zamazenta, we are not faster than if it's max speed, or if it's timid at all. But if it's adamant, bulky, then we do outspeed it. But I'm not expecting to outspeed it. Like, obviously, a Heavy Slam's going to hurt, and we just got to deal with that. Anyway, I lost what I was supposed to be looking at. It's my duck. To help deal with the Zamazenta and the Quaquaval and the Solgaleo, we are bringing Skarmory, Painkiller. We are bringing a max HP, max Fizz Def Skarmory. I tried to play around with a couple more sets. I wanted to go a little bit more specially defensive because I do think there's a chance, especially offensive, Solgaleo could come. But it just, like, if it is physical, Rocking Helmet plus Body Press is going to just chip things down a ton to where a Fire Blast on our switch in is going to be able to get that kill, and I think that's very helpful. This is also a great way to check Zamazenta. Zamazenta can't hit us very hard. We'll be hurting himself with Rocky Helmet. Obviously, I can roost up any damage dealt to me, and I do have Brave Bird specifically to hit the Zamazenta. I can't really hit it with Body Press otherwise. It also does hit the Giratina. I did have Payback for a while, but I felt being able to hit the Zamazenta at all was more helpful, and Taunt is actually a very important move on Skarmory this week because of Trick Room Solgaleo. And theoretically hazard stacking Overcooked, but that's not what I'm worried about. Being able to get a taunt off on the Solgaleo before it does Trick Room, I think is going to be very helpful. Or if there's like a substitute coming out of a summons, or I don't really know. It's really, that's what it's here for. Anyway, Skarmory's here for one job. This will not be the match winner for me, but it is here to help with Solgaleo. Pretty much that's the game plan. Next, Black Wave the Araquanid. We talked about bringing webs this week. I know Solgaleo does kind of beat it, but I still really value webs for every other mon on this team, including the Tornadus, because it's probably going to tear it out of flying. We are bringing an Endure Custap set. It just felt like it was the best set. That's not why we were bringing Araquanid. We were bringing it for a Sticky Web, but Endure Custap does allow us to get a Hydro Pump off. We are going Hydro Pump over Liquidation, specifically for the Ursaluna. With this special attack investment, a Surf would actually do this too, but I like the damage output of Hydro Pump. I will 2-ko any Ursaluna, like any offensive Ursaluna with Assault Vest, and we have enough speed. Like we're not running any speed, but I was originally running negative speed. I want to be faster than Ursaluna outside of Trick Room, faster than like a min-speed Ursaluna, but slower than everything else in Trick Room, so that's the game plan. And then we did have Reflect here, just if we're going to die and we're up against like a Quaquaval or a Giratina, like, okay, I don't really need to Hydro Pump, I can click a Reflect just before I fall. We are max special defense to health check the Ursaluna. We can come in on a Blood Moon. If it's Throat Spray, if it's Specs, Nightmare. I don't think it's going to be Specs. That Mon just hits so unbelievably hard. But let's get into the fun Mon, right? Let's talk about Giratina, or Perdition. I am so excited to use this Mon. This is probably the one I'm the most excited to use. Excuse me while I drink my tea. Wow, that's a long team builder. We are bringing a really cool Giratina set this week. Very offensive. 4 attacks: Poltergeist, Shadow Sneak, Earth Power, Energy Ball. Obviously, we have to hold the Greasy... I don't know what that word is. Greasiest Orb. And we have to be Levitate. But Levitate is nice for the Ursaluna. We are Brave, so we are plus attack minus speed. And we are still running speed. So what this does... negative speed, but with 56 speed EVs, puts us at... Let's see what it puts us at. Right, it puts us at 207. 207 puts us 1 point faster than no speed invested Quackleval and Overquill. We will always be slower than normal Giratina unless it's in Trick Room, which is obviously a little bit annoying, but it allows us to put some more EVs into HP and special attack. The reason I want EVs and special attack is so I have ways to hit the Overquill and have ways to hit the Ursaluna Blood Moon. I really struggled to hit the Ursaluna Blood Moon with this Mon, and it ended up coming in like a lot in the one mock I did. So we do have Energy Ball in there. I would like a Draco Meteor, but just being able to get consistent chip without it, obviously Luna can heal itself. It doesn't typically run that set. And then Poltergeist Shadow Sneak absolutely destroys this entire team. There's nothing that wants to come in and take a Poltergeist except for Overquill, and even then, Overquill, it's still like 35%. Obviously not if it's Intimidate Overquill, which I do think is coming, but I do not expect him to, once he sees I Poltergeist, I don't think he's going to expect me to have Earth Power. And Earth Power to like a max HP Overquill does 60 to 70, which is fantastic. Following Giratina, we do have To Be Wild, the Urshifu. I'm very excited for this one too. I think this is probably the weak link this week, but there's always potential for it to do very good. It is a very common Assault Vest set. 4 attacks, Wicked Blow, Close Combat, Sucker Punch, Trailblaze. Things like Zamazenta kind of are able to sit in on us. There's another right, Alchemy can absolutely sit on us, but if we're able to chip some stuff down, if Zamazenta gets below half, right, without the Dauntless Shield boost, Close Combat is actually a 2-co if it's offensive. If it's bulky, it's not, but if we're able to chip it down, Close Combat does do a lot of damage. And if I can get to +1 speed with the Trailblaze, we're not faster than a bulky Zamazenta where we are, but +1 speed should put us above everything. Enough speed, so we outspeed max speed Giratina, and everything else is +1. Yes. We do 56 special defense EVs with the Assault Vest, so we can always live a modest max special attack Tornadus Bleakwind Storm from full. Obviously, that's not going to matter if we're coming in on rocks or spikes or whatever that is, but we should always live 1 if we find ourselves in that situation. We do have Sucker Punch just for essentially Trick Room Solgaleo or Giratina. I don't know why we'd ever click Sucker Punch against Giratina unless we are in Trick Room and we don't want to get burned, I guess. And finally, a really cool Mon this week. We're bringing Elephant the Espathra, Terra Ground. So I think this is going to be our dedicated lead this week. If we see Overquill, I think it's guaranteed. If we don't see Overquill, maybe I'll debate it a little bit more. But I'm 99% sure this is our lead this week. Because late game, it doesn't actually look fantastic. I am probably too worried about Trick Room, but I struggle to hit some bulky things if they can switch in on the right moments. But with Protect and Calm Mind, I'm able to boost up not just my special attack and speed, but the stored power damage a ton. And there's nothing on this team that wants to take a stored power outside of 2 Pokemon. That is the Overquill, and that is the Solgaleo, or possibly a Terra Steel Torn. And that is what Terra Ground comes in for. Terra Ground plus stored power is able to hit almost this entire team for super effective damage, and it hits the Giratina and their Blood Moon for neutral, right? So if I'm able to get a Protect, a Calm Mind, and then another Protect off, Sword Power is actually a 2-co on max HP Assault Vest Ursaluna, which I think is fantastic. So that is the squad. Wish me luck. I battle in what looks like about 40-ish minutes. I did this a little bit earlier than I want to. I was just getting nervous and excited. Sorry for the long team builder. I will catch you guys in 2 minutes. Okay. We're here. It's Terra Fairy Torn. Okay, this is the exact team that I expected, though. Yeah. Okay, cool. Wait, what the... Yeah, so no Quack. Okay, fine. This is very close to the exact team I expected. I knew Overcrow was coming. Obviously, seeing Luna is not my friend, but this does mean I lead Elephant 100% of the time. I get my Terra up, and I see what's going on. So good luck, have fun to Rein. It's good to see the Ogre. Not happy to see the Blood Moon. I don't necessarily know why I didn't expect the Blood Moon, but I didn't expect the Blood Moon. Does stored power get boosted if I'm negative attack? No, it does not. Worth knowing. Worth checking. Okay. Let's reset all my stats here. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh, I'm nervous. Okay. Pegasus? Pegasus. Idiot. Okay, so it is the Torn T lead. Very fair. I am just clicking protect right away. Absolutely, totally for sure. It is Terra Fairy. Unexpected. I don't love it, actually. That's pretty good to me, but I think I'll be able to deal with it. That's pretty scary. Maybe I should have prepped a little bit more for that, but fair enough. So, Solgaleo, Zama. Oh, it's not Quack. It's Bloodman. So I got the protect off. It goes for the taunt. I believe I am +1. I believe I'm faster than it now, though. I am. My speed does raise. I am faster than it now, so I think I go for my Calm Mind now. I could Terra. Yeah, I mean, there is absolutely no reason I shouldn't Terra right away. I'll go for Calm Mind now because I've got another speed boost off after. It could go for the taunt again, and then I can't protect again, but that's fine. First Luna, Giratina, Torrent T, over Quill. Okay, so we are boosted up. Goes for the taunt now. So this is fine with me, because depending on your set, I 2-co here with stored power. Let's just like make sure I might get my boosts right. I am right, I'm +2 speed, +1 attack, +1 special attack. Stored power is going to absolutely run this mon right now. This is great. I feel good in where I am at right now. Because if you're a max HP and like a little Spadette, you like just max HP. What if you do like max special defense? What if you max HP assault vest? Because I still 2-co if you max. I don't 2-co if you are max HP assault vest, but I do like I still do 2-co because I've got on the speed boost. I feel great in the position I'm in at this very moment. Hopefully I clicked stored power. That would be really embarrassing if it didn't. I think I did. So we get the stored power off, see how much it does. It does so much damage, it's absurd. It does go for the Bleak Wind and it does hit it. But again, I have Calm Mind boosts, which is great. I will just... Can I check taunt turns? 2 more turns of taunt. So we'll store powered now. They're going to switch out. They am +1 special attack, so it can hit the Overquill. Yeah, as long as it's not Air Balloon. Let's see. Not Air Balloon. So I'm a lot of speed right now. Even max HP, I do think a Terra Blast ground kills. Max HP easily. I mean, there's no reason to not click Terra Blast right now. Let's check my stats again. 1 more turn of taunt. I'm really fast. I will just Terra Blast right now. Try and steal this kill. That's telling me that is not Assault Vest Tornadoes, and getting that much damage on that early is fantastic. Is awesome. Now, obviously, it's got regen, but That didn't even look bulky to me. Pick up this kill, and I will love you forever. Get the kill. Could be Shuka. Gets the kill. Fantastic. Guys, I am feeling good right now. Oh, I didn't put it. Oh, I didn't have to. Okay, Espathra gets a kill, and I shook off the taunt. Espath kills Quill. We're about half HP. I do believe I just heard my girlfriend just wake up. Okay. Ursaluna comes in here. Let's just check, right? I do have a +5 speed boost, +1 special. So, I think I can actually OHKO this anyway. I don't see why I wouldn't protect. Does Blood Moon go through protect? Something silly. Accuracy camp, no. Okay, so I'm going to go for protect just to get this last. Make sure I'm not taunted. Not taunted. I just want this last speed boost before I click stored power again. Like, it could Calm Mind, but like, okay, fine. It does just Blood Moon. This makes me think it's Assault Vest. If it's Assault Vest, I will not kill with the stored power. Actually, I have a chance to if it's max HP Assault Vest. So we'll just click the stored power now. Espathra's crazy. This is a cool way to start a game, and I'm glad I let it. If it's max HP Assault Vest, I have a 30% chance to kill here. Actually, but the thing is, I also have a chance to live an Earth Power Hyper Voice if it's. Let's just see what happens. Okay, don't kill. So that is definitely Assault Vest. I have a chance to live this. I don't, but okay. I am okay with that play. That lets me know that's 100% Assault Vest. Ursa kills Espathra. What I have a couple options now. I kind of want to go into. I have no reason to do that. This is Terra Fairy. The Torn. I'm doing a calc, if you couldn't tell. I can go to very many things here. I kind of do think I just go into Moonchild. And click a Moonblast. I should always be faster than you, but you know what? If this is like speed invested, even if it's like, let's just see, it's like max speed, modest, or like timid. No, it's not going to be that. So I'll just go into Moonchild and click Moonblast here. Unfortunately, Espathra didn't get the kill, but wow, Espathra put in some work here. We are just going to click. I could click Fire Blast. I don't think you have any reason to keep Ursaluna around though. And we'll leave Fire Blast in the Fire Blast in the back. We'll kick Moonblast here. Take the kill. Yeah. Okay. Clef kills Ursaluna. So Ursaluna being dead is actually awesome for me. Overkill being dead is nice. Like, don't really care about that. Goes into the, yeah, so just go into this. I do expect this to be special, if I'm honest. I am just going to go into Skarmory no matter what here so I can get a taunt off. Killing the Ursaluna is huge. That's a very, very, very big moment for this match for me. And his path is dead. Heat Crash, fantastic. See what this does. That does a lot. That did a lot. And it is Life Orb. Okay, so cool. So Heat Crash, Life Orb. That did about what? What's 144? So 55. Looks like that's max attack Adamant, which is fantastic because that does mean my Urshifu outspeeds it, even if it's max speed. And it's at the point where Urshifu can come in and kill it. So it's, do I want to keep this Mon alive right now? No. I don't really care. I'll click a Roost. I'll click a Roost if you do something silly. Just because Heat Crash again, so fine. But I'm totally okay with that. Solgaleo kills Skarm. And Solgaleo's at about 50% now, which is great. So I will absolutely just go into. I mean, I could just go into the. No, I'll just go into the Urshifu for sure here. I will be faster than it because it's adamant. If it's timid, I'm not even too worried about it. But that looks like adamant damage to me. Yeah, about 50% HP. I will just Wicked Blow. Like, I could Sucker Punch. It just feels like no need. Because a Wicked Blow will do a lot to the incoming Torn as well. So, yeah, I'll just Wicked Blow here. Could just switch out. Could obviously go into the Zama. Looks like that's the Zamazenta. Which is fine. We can see its stats here. See what's going to go on. Oh, that did. Oh, right. Obviously, it crits. It's leftovers. Okay, so that's good to know. So that's at about 25%. That looks like it's not bulky in any way. I am just going to go to the Araquanid here, I believe. I could also... Yeah, I'll just go into the Iraq. Like, you could Stone Edge, but I don't think you do that. I can get up some webs. I don't need webs here, actually, this game, really at all, but they are nice for the Giratina. And they're nice to kind of, like, threaten out the Torn from Terrain. So, lefties. Torn, we don't know the item, but we know it's, maybe it's Focus Sash. We know it's not Assault Vest. Because how much I did with his Spathor. If his Spathor picked up that kill, guys, that would have been a huge play. And you know what? Maybe you should have gone for a Calm Mind, gone to +2. But I didn't want to risk, like, anything stupid there. So we're probably just taking a Body Press here. We could see an Iron Defense, which would suck. But we could Reflect at that point. See what happens. This goes Heavy Slam, so predicting the Clef to come in. So that's down to 300, 339. That looks to be like it did about 12% with a Heavy Slam. Looks like it's Max Attack Adamant, and that was a high roll. I could click Sticky Webs. I kind of want to click Endure if I'm honest, or Reflect if I'm honest. How much is, like, a Bleakman Storm won't kill me. I kind of don't hate the Reflect here, but they... I kind of want to click the Reflect. Because we know that Solgaleo is physically offensive. We know Zamazenta is physically offensive. We know Giratina very well could be. I don't really know what this Giratina is yet. Goes Iron Defense. Okay, so scary. But Hydro Pumps do good damage to this mon. And I have a Reflect up now. But it is +3 defense now. Let's see how much the Body Press does. Yeah, like nothing. So I'll just click a couple Hydro Pumps right now. Hope we land them. Just Iron Defenses again. So it's +5. So sure, like a little bit scary. But that does good damage. And it could be Rest. But I don't... It could be Rest, but I don't think it's Rest. And Hydro Pump's doing enough to this mon where I feel comfortable sitting in on it on some Iron Defenses here. So we see Heavy Slam, we see Iron Defense. We probably see Body Press, but I won't write it down yet. Which means it probably doesn't have Stone Edge. It definitely doesn't have Stone Edge. I am expecting it to be Rest. Just goes Body Press. Yeah, it does like nothing. Miss a Hydro Pump, but that's okay. Like, fine. Do I value getting webs up anymore? Not really. I think I need to get damage on this. Come on. Body Presses again. So we'll Endure here. Is what we'll do. Is that the right play? 107 out of 339. I'm about 31%. +5 defense. I'm about 31%. I don't want to risk a high roll. I do believe I'm just going to click Endure. Yeah, because at this rate, if I miss a Hydro Pump, I'm kind of dead. Oh, but I do have a... Yeah, oh yeah, that's even still behind Reflect. I'm just going to Endure. Do I think I'll live one? I trust Araquanid. I trust Araquanid. Maybe I shouldn't trust Araquanid. Yes, I trusted Araquanid. I made the right call. We hit the Hydro Pump. Kill? Yes, fantastic. Whew, that was scary, y'all. And he doesn't know that I'm cussed out. Arak kills Zama. That was a risky play that I felt like I had to make because I didn't think a Hydro Pump would kill after the leftovers. So he does not know that I'm cussed out berry, so I could very easily pick up a kill here if I hit. So that's what we're going to do. I don't need webs. And Zama's dead, which is great. Hit the Hydro Pump because you're awesome. Yeah, obviously Terra Fairy, sure. So maybe you could have clicked webs, but I'm okay with this. Hydro Pump could kill you, depending on the set, or at least would get you down low is like where I want you to be. So it'd be awesome if you hit. You do hit. Get the kill, Arak? Okay, fine. Works for me. So we see Torn kill Arak. I think this is the moment to go Perdition and click a Shadow Sneak. For sure. Obviously, you know I'm going to Shadow Sneak, but I don't really want to take a Terra Blast from you. God, dude, looks so cool. We're just going to Shadow Sneak. If you switch out, that's okay. I'm going to get good damage off on two Pokemon that are weak to Ghost-type moves. I do think Giratina has the potential to kind of win this game. And I could just switch out, so fine. I could have Poltergeisted, but I didn't think it was worth it. Andromeda, that is the Giratina on Giratina action, which I think is really, really cool. So let's see how much this does. Looks like a little bit less than a quarter. Looks like about 25%. So it looks like it's max Fizz Def, which is great. I kind of want to just go into the Clef, if I'm completely honest. But I could also, I don't want you to burn me, is the problem. I think you could click Will-O-Wisp here, and I don't want that to happen. So I am just going to go Moonchild. Maybe not the right play. I just, Giratina can deal with the Tornadus as long as I'm hitting Poltergeists. It does, and that's exactly why. They do miss the Will-O-Wisp, do apologize. That is exactly why. I do think you are just going to go into the Solgaleo here, so I kind of want to click a Fire Blast. Kind of want to click a Fire Blast. I'm going to do it. Because you don't want to take a Moonblast. And you have no idea what set I am. Not a clue. I know I'm risking hitting a lot of moves in this game, and, that's okay. There's a chance, by the way, I do live a Sunsteel Strike. Because I'm still full HP. I could also pretty comfortably go into the Urshifu on the Solgaleo and click a Trailblaze. So, stay in. I miss. Fine. Goes for the Iron Head. That'll hurt. But I will just click a Moonblast now. Could also click a Moonlight if you want to switch out. I don't think that's necessary. The Solgaleo is pretty low. I'll Moonblast now. And let Clef fall, I think. This is a tight game, guys. This is a tight game. But I still feel like I'm in the driver's seat at the moment. So we get the Moonblast. Does this pick up the kill? It does. Awesome. It is a crit. I think that crit did matter a little bit, and I do apologize for that. Clef kills Giratina. It did 61 to 71, so would have been able to come in and kill with the Shadow Sneak anyway. But obviously I apologize for the miss. For the crit. The Will-O-Wisp miss didn't matter at all because I am Magic Guard. And you know what? If I hit the Fire Blast, Fire Blast plus Moon Blast damage would have killed. So, what are you gonna do? You almost definitely go into Solgaleo here. Is there any reason to keep Clefable alive? Any reason at all to keep Clefable alive? There's a Tornadus, which is low, and a Solgaleo, which is low. I do not see any reason to keep Clef alive here, because if you want to kill me, I can just go straight into Urshifu. Yeah, I'm just going to Moonblast. Don't even, yeah, Sunsteel Strike, so cool. Solgaleo kills Clef. Now, let me just check something before going to the Shifu. Is there absolutely anything Solgaleo can hit me with? Hit the Urshifu. Like, does a close combat kill me? Probably does. No, it doesn't. What I'm thinking here is I can Trailblaze. But, you know, maybe I don't need to do that. I'm on solo, though. I think I should just Wicked Blow into a Sucker Punch. I really don't want Torn. I'm just going to Wicked Blow, because I think my Giratina can beat Torn 101, if I'm completely honest. So Shifu kills Solgaleo. This is a very back-to-back trade-based game. It does go into Pegasus. How much health is it at? I don't think it has Roost. It's very, very low. A Sucker Punch into a Shadow Sneak should do the job. And if it doesn't, a Poltergeist, if I hit into a Shadow Sneak, should do the job. So let's just see what happens. A very good game. Ubers is pretty back-to-back, huh? I think about every... Spathro got a kill, Clef got a kill, Urak got a kill, Shifu got a kill. What didn't get a kill? Skarmory? Whatever. That's cool to see. And Skarmory absolutely did his job. Like 100% did what I needed it to do. Get it low enough for Wicked Blow to kill. Really thinking... I guess you could be thinking if he's going for a Roost here. I don't think he has Roost. I don't really know the thought process here. I think you just click. Okay, so what's it clicking? Uh-oh. That's kind of scary. You're going to Nasty Plot? That's terrifying. Terrifying. Okay. Do we think it has Roost? Okay, how much health is it at? Okay, I think a Sucker Punch, a Shadow Sneak could kill anyway. I'm going to Sucker Punch again. I don't think I have another play here. Because there's no guarantee a Shadow Sneak does kill. So I think I Sucker Punch again. And hope that he doesn't have Roost. I think he would have clicked it if he had it. It is the thought. Please attack me. Nope. Does it plot again? Does he Roost? Plots again. All these plots don't matter. I don't think. I'm going to Sucker Punch again. I don't think he has Roost. Like a +4 special attack, Terra Blast Fairy will absolutely destroy my Giratina. I just need to hope he doesn't have Roost. And I don't think he does. I think he would have clicked Roost at this point. How many Nasty Plots do we have? 32 PP. Sucker Punch is 8 PP, so he could easily stall out my Sucker Punches here. So maybe that's how this endgame does. If he's going for that, I'm gonna Sucker Punch twice more, and then I'm gonna attack. Okay, get the Sucker Punch off, which is great. Goes for the Terror Blast. I think we just won. Torin kills Shifu. And I believe we just bring in Giratina and Shadow Sneak for the win here. Holy crap, what a game. That's nuts. I forget everyone can hear me too. That's crazy. Click Shadow Sneak. Get the kill button. He knows I have it. I've used it before. Maybe he's just not thinking I do. I don't know what he could be going for here. Quick guard? Does he just quick guard 800 times? That'd be kind of heat. Shadow Sneak picks up the kill. Yes! Whew. Great game, Rein. That's it. You don't have any more mons, right? Yes. Oh, great game, Rein. A super, super tight one. I felt like I played well there. Made all the right plays I needed to make. And hey, a 1-0 win is a 1-0 win. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys in week 2. That's crazy. Oh, it feels good to win a game.